This presentation corresponds to the final project from the subject Second Language Teacher Education, given by Professor Silvia Lehmann, offered in Pontificia Universidad Católica del Ecuador. Maria Montessori. Maria Montessori's method aims at educating young children. Her main goal was to stress the development of a child's own initiative and natural abilities, especially through practical play. This method allowed children to develop at their own pace and provide educators with a better understanding of child development. The method consists of first training the child with physical activities so he or she can inductively discover learning. At the end of the learning process, the outcomes will show children who manage independence, responsibility, self-discipline, leadership, initiative, and lifetime love of learning. Maria Montessori was an Italian doctor, specialized in physiotherapy, pediatrics, and psychiatry. She was a scientist but also an educator. She was born on August 21, 1870 in Chiaravalle, Italy, and died on May 6, 1952 in Netherlands. The times when Montessori was growing up were rather complex. Italy held conservative values about women's roles, but she consistently broke out of those prescribed gender limitations. In fact, she was the first woman who attended to a boys' technical institute and the first to become a female doctor in Italy. In 1896, she graduated as a doctor in the University of Rome. While working as a doctor in pediatrics, Montessori treated many poor and working-class children. During that time, she could observe that intrinsic intelligence was present in children of all socioeconomic backgrounds. She worked for a long time with disabled children. During World War II, the rise of fascism in Italy destroyed her life's work, and the spread of Germany's Nazi regimes made her found herself under dire pressure because her schools were becoming training centers to mass-produce soldiers for wars. When she refuses the idea, Mussolini exiled her and her son from Italy. They flee from Italy and shelter first in Spain, then in India, where she developed a method called Education for Peace. She was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize twice, and finally they went to Netherlands. Montessori method suggested applying the methodology she used with disabled children with the average children. These pedagogical methods require the implementation of materials related to the child's age in order to teach them to develop natural development without obstacles. She came up with the idea of having furniture, toys, and all kinds of things with the exact child size in order to enable them to do everything by themselves. She classified students into age groups from birth to 6, from 6 to 8, from 12 to 18, from 18 to 24, and she says that children can learn more from others since they see the older children as a model, and the older kids can learn by teaching the younger students. This idea of teaching does not take the teacher as an overbearing authority within the classroom. The teacher has to follow the child and help he or she to explore learning, discover their natural abilities, and develop reasoning, imagination, and creativity. Nowadays, there are many schools which carry the name of this educator and apply her method all over the world. I personally think that the Montessori teaching method is a great method for working with children. What I really like about this method is the fact that the child is considered as a person who can learn from experiencing, and throughout the process he or she becomes not only independent but also mature enough to live and adapt in society. Although I consider this method to be perfect for kids, the success of the outcomes have to be related also to the culture kids are growing up in.